What is up, everybody? It's Sam, and we are back with another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. And I have a new friend on the pod. Hi, Devonte.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good.
It's fun to have you here. I love using my podcast to make new friends, which is what we're doing today.
Yes, it is. And honestly, brilliant.
Thank you. I think it's so funny because I can use this podcast to invite someone over who I've met once. Mm-hmm. And it's not as weird as if I just met you one time and I was like, hey, do you want to come over for dinner? You'd be like,
are you going to kill me?
Yeah. 100%. And fair. I'm not, I promise. And that's why I'm giving you this microphone.
Yay.
Yay. I met Devonte through my friend Sophia. Sophia, if you're listening.
We love you.
We love you so much. And we literally have met one time before today. We were also very drunk that day. Naturally.
Incredibly drunk.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of awesome. I've never been to that bar. Will's or something.
Well, yeah, I haven't been there since.
Yeah, I mean, same. Yeah.
I don't even know why I was there in the first place.
I know. Not necessarily my scene. Also, there were sports happening.
A lot of sports.
Packed place.
Yes.
The fact that I waited in line is kind of like nuts.
I didn't know you had to wait in line.
Oh, we were outside for like
happy
40 minutes before we made our way indoors.
What sport game was happening?
I have no idea. And so it was definitely an Iowa game because Sophia kept saying, "Go Hawks." And she's also telling everyone in the crowd to suck my dick, is what she was saying. Loud and clear, Sophia. She also could have been saying, "Go Hawks," and the Hawks were not playing.
That sounds very like...
Solid chance. Yeah. That's a Sophia thing to do. Well, and you guys met in college, right?
Yes. I was a baby. I was a sophomore. Not a sophomore. I was a freshman, actually.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know if I knew that. So when did you graduate?
So I graduated in 2020.
Oh.
So I was a COVID graduate. Which was devastating. Imagine this.
That's crazy.
You're a first generation student and you're so excited to walk across
That's awesome for you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
So excited to walk across the stage and psych.
Yeah, you kind of had that robbed from you.
And so I sat my happy ass on the couch.
Naturally.
And they, one, mispronounced my name. Racist.
Truly.
And two, they mispronounced my name. So it wasn't even like exciting. I was like, oh, okay.
I walked at graduation early. Was yours on Zoom?
Yep.
That sucks. Yeah, I walked early because I mentioned before I was a super senior, but I wanted to graduate with all my friends. So I did the whole thing early. And like I was in the book. I mean, UW is so big they don't even walk anybody across the stage. They just don't even do that. I think you can go to individual graduations for your like major.
Like the class.
Mm-hmm. I didn't do that either. I didn't really know what was going on graduation weekend. I was kind of just hoping for the best. I'm very organized in most of my life, but I got my graduation kit as last minute as I possibly could, the gown, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, it's expensive.
It's very, well, so I worked at the bookstore. I got it for free.
Oh.
The only perk. Literally the only one. Yeah. Kept mine and everything. Had nothing to do with it, so I think I donated it to the Goodwill. I don't know who's going to want it, but if you want to pretend graduate... There are some options.
Sure there are people out there that
cosplay as a college grad. Yeah.
for the resume.
Yes. Yeah, that kind of sucks though. I think, were you in school then for part of COVID? Yeah.
Yeah. It was like the last, so it happened during spring break. Like,
oh my God, that's right.
I was on spring break in New Orleans and they were
fun place.
So fun.
Yeah.
Until it's 3 a.m. and they are shutting down
global pandemic
Bourbon Street with cops on a horse. Several cops on horses.
Mounted.
Actually.
Yeah, the mounted fleet. Yeah.
And I'm like, what the?
Scary.
Me blacked out basically. I'm
Naturally.
Like, what the fuck is this?
That's kind of crazy.
And
also,
they have like the megaphone. This is a public health emergency. I'm like, this is a scene out of a...
apocalyptic.
Yes.
Yeah.
A scene out of a scary movie.
So I feel like Bourbon Street would be one of the last places to get shut down.
It pretty much was. But should also
probably be one of the first.
Yes, because the things that people were doing...
Totally.
Still when, like, it was, like, in the news...
It's messed up.
Bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah, I've only been to New Orleans for work. I've been 2 or maybe 3 times. And they've all been work trips. It's always this conference. It's a hair industry conference called Serious Business. It's a very cool conference. But yeah, I don't think I've had the full experience.
No.
I did have a hurricane. It wrecked me.
Yes.
And then I had to get up and work at like 7 a.m. the next day. So that sucked royally. Yeah.
Hangover galore. My goodness.
And the amount of sugar in those things.
Astronomical.
It's crazy.
They want you to have diabetes.
Yeah. They're actually injecting it into your veins. But yeah, New Orleans, I want to go back. Some of the best food I've ever had. Mm-hmm. Like the food's best.
Great. The atmosphere is so infectious. Mm-hmm.
Were you there for like Mardi Gras?
No, we were there like a week. I think it was a week before Mardi Gras, or either that or a week after.
Sure.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
But from what I discovered, is Mardi Gras is basically every single week in March.
Oh my gosh.
People living in New Orleans.
It's all the time. I mean, even when you're not there, my conference was always in, I think, January. So it wasn't even close. People are throwing beads. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just so crazy. It's very cool. I would love to go for, like, they have that jazz fest. I bet you that'd be sick. I think it's a couple weeks after Mardi Gras. Huge jazz scene down there.
I feel like I've heard about that because they put a restriction.
That would make sense.
Out for like an ordinance type of thing for midnight.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because the neighborhood.
Like a curfew?
Yeah. Like a sound ordinance, because the of course gentrified neighborhood is upset because there's jazz music playing
past midnight.
Yeah.
Live a little.
Why'd you move there?
Literally have fun for once. Yeah. I know. People with money kind of ruin everything.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
They love
it's
to do
so
that.
easy to like just
they love to
be
just
happy.
Suck the life out of everything. Yeah, and frankly, it should be easier for you all.
Yes.
Because you can kind of afford it. Happiness does cost money, and whoever says that is lying.
I've been lied to my entire life.
Yeah.
This is my story.
Literally. And that's what this podcast is for.
Oh
I'm happy to have you on the podcast. Are you having fun?
I am having a lot of fun.
Yay!
At first, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God.
That's a lot of people's reaction.
I'm going to say something and she's going to use it against me.
Yeah, for the rest of your life. Yeah. I actually use this podcast to take people down. That's kind of the whole point. Just ruin your life. Yeah.
You know, maybe I deserve it. Who knows?
I mean...
Karma. I don't know
what
it
swings back around. The pendulum always does. Yeah. You know, that's actually funny that you mentioned that, because did you go to any of the voodoo places when you were in New Orleans?
No.
They have like a large, they're into that. I don't know what that is, but they're into that.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I went in a couple of the shops with my old boss, no less. So it was a weird experience for sure, but we kind of like went in there, and I think at this point it's gone pretty touristy. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it's just like trinkets and whatever, but you can buy all the like rabbit's foot for your keychain, you know, all the knickknacks.
Oh, yeah. I did a Ouija board one time, and after that...
Did you? Yeah, scary.
Never again.
I don't think I'd mess with this stuff either.
I screamed. I cried.
Did you? Oh my God.
I did both of those things.
Where did you access
I was in high school.
A Ouija board?
My friend for some reason had one.
Your friend's fucked up.
Yeah. Cassie, what's going on, babes? And we were at her house, and she lived kind of like in a abandoned area. Like,
even scarier.
She was one house on a giant lot.
Oh.
So there wasn't really much out there but
films.
Land. And
empty homes.
No, just land.
Oh,
just down the road.
picturing...
Like, if you go further down the road, there were homes, but you had to go a little bit. So, like, picture the middle of nowhere, Iowa.
Spooky enough as is. Yeah.
And we decided it was a good idea to break it out and try it. And it spelled this like demon's name. And
oh my God. Is she playing pranks on you?
I think she was. She had to have. But that would mean the other 3 people that we were with were in it too. But I screamed, they screamed, I cried.
Oh God.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm Googling this. Because
Totally.
I'm like, who is this?
Yeah.
And it's like, demon that will follow you for the rest of your life. And I'm like, oh, good.
Okay, terrifying.
My life's over.
Yeah.
And so I went home crying.
You're like,
still,
this is my last day.
Crying. And my little sister was the one to console me and tell me that it was not real. She was like, that demon's not real, Devonte.
Oh my God.
And I was like, girl, what?
You know, sometimes it is your siblings who will parent you, and that's nice. You need that.
I needed that at that point.
How old was she? Did she know what a demon was?
Oh, yeah. She was very into like supernatural type of things
Okay.
at that point. She was like,
A good resource then.
she was like 10. Mm-hmm. Very good resource.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I confided in her, because I was like, this is what it spelled. Help me.
Scary.
And she was like, oh, it's okay.
Just
But why'd
just
you
a
do
prank,
that?
haha.
Why'd
Yeah.
you do that, Devonte? And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Great
I didn't know what to
question.
do.
Where do you even come into a Ouija board? How does one acquire?
Fun fact, they were sold at like Toys R Us.
Okay, so
Like just like
that's giving lawsuit.
like in the board game aisle. And it would just say Ouija.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Well, and it's interesting to me the kinds of stuff that we like totally dispel and thus put in the Toys R Us as like a silly haha toy versus like the fact that in most major hotel chains there still isn't like a 13th floor. Mm-hmm. You know, like why do we believe that one?
Well, it's not only hotels, it's like most skyscrapers.
Is it?
Yeah, like my
See-
office building doesn't have a 13th floor.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can't remember if the WeWork did. Obviously, most of the buildings in Madison, Wisconsin don't go that high. So that also might be something.
Maybe.
But yeah, like it's just so interesting to me that we choose to
We
really
pick and choose the
believe that one.
superstitions.
Yeah. But then we're selling the Ouijas at the Toys R Us.
We're like, fuck it.
That's messed up. Yeah, I kind of have never dabbled, and I guess I would consider that, you know, the black arts. I've never sort of done that, but the idea of it scares me. The voodoo shops were creepy.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Well, and the idea of voodoo, of all the things, very sinister, because you're like actively doing something awful to someone
Yes. Like
via a doll.
a doll that
Yeah.
you made to look just like that person.
Kind of reminds me of like what I used to do when I was playing Sims. Also messed up. You like make people.
I do see some of these TikTokers
Oh yeah,
who are exclusively Sims and
Yeah.
like, whoa,
I know the Sims community is going strong.
so strong. And you know what? Power to them.
Yeah.
Power to the Sims.
Yes.
But let's be a little bit more realistic and less.
I know. Well, I mean, you can't just live on the computer.
Yeah.
That's sort of
Let's
the whole
live a
bit.
little.
I know. I used to love Sims. I grew up playing a lot of computer games. Sophie and I both played RuneScape. Did
Oh
you
my
ever play that
God,
game?
yes.
Naturally. Great game.
Great game. It's still around.
It is still around. James and I tried to like make profiles. This is a couple years ago now, actually. I think it was during the pandemic. And play the old version because you can like hack into the mainframe and still play that somehow. I don't know. For being a computer kid, I don't know how to do most of that stuff nowadays. But Sophia and I would play RuneScape. We would get boyfriends in RuneScape. They would give us money and then we'd dump them.
Oh my
sort of
God.
toss them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to play I don't even remember the name of the game.
Yeah.
But I pretended to be a girl. And
I mean, ladies get what they want.
it's so easy.
Yeah.
I got to like the max level.
Yeah.
I had nothing but the best gear.
Totally.
And I was like,
Pays to be a girl. I know. Well, and I think that kind of speaks to the gaming community in maybe a way that's not awesome because, you know, I think...
Yeah, a little lonely.
Lonely is a great term. I was going to say incel-y, but, you know.
That too.
sort of a bit of a scale there, yeah. Somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah, they're between one of those two.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know. I used to play... Did you ever play, like, Club Penguin?
Yes, but I didn't ever have the little, like, penguin... Like no,
the puffle.
Yeah, the puffles.
The pet. Well, some of them were free. You could get the blue and the red one for free, and then the rest you had to pay for.
Yeah, but everybody was looking at me like you're broke, so I just didn't carry one around.
Fair. They are kind of more of a nuisance than anything. They get in the way.
Yeah.
They're like a sidekick that you don't want.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah. Yes. Precisely. Wow, that is a really good comparison. Yeah, I played a lot of computer games. Did you?
Yes. I'm a closeted nerd.
Okay, I respect that. Nerds are cool now, so I think you can say it.
Yes, they are. Because when I was going into college, I was playing like a League of Legends all the time, and I realized nobody does that in college. I need to put it away.
Yeah.
So I did just that.
Totally.
And I joined a fraternity. Very straight, but I'm very gay.
Hell yeah.
I was playing the part, you know?
Totally.
But I think I'm going to get back into it. I'm going to be building my own little computer.
Oh, James did that. The gaming community loves to do the build your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's actually the most cost efficient too. Well,
is it really?
It was for a little bit.
Okay.
But now it's pretty much matched because of the increasing cost of...
Sure. Well, everything. Sort of life.
COVID honestly impacted the gaming community a lot.
I know. Well, because everyone was home. That's when we bought a Switch.
And then everybody started to build computers and sell out graphic cards, and now a basic graphic card is $500 versus 5 years ago when it was $50. Mm-hmm. So it's like, ooh.
I think what's so funny about like all the build your own stuff and just the gaming community in general / all their gear, like every time James adds something new to his computer, the rig or whatever.
The rig.
It's rainbow. They love light up shit.
Yeah, the CGB, something.
Sure. It's all light up. Like if you go in there, that room's glowing.
Mm-hmm. Like the keyboard, the mouse, the whole rig itself has to be illuminated.
What's up with that?
The vibe.
I guess.
The vibe.
I mean, there is something to that.
Honestly, there is something to it. Like
sort of doesn't match the aesthetic of the rest of the home.
Yeah.
I think my problem with it is you can't really turn it off. It's sort of just always glowing.
You can.
Can you?
Uh-huh.
With the computer still on?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is a choice he's actually making.
Probably, yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
We're going to have a conversation later.
Because you can definitely turn it off on the keyboard. There's a button.
Okay.
The mouse, there's a button. And then...
News to me.
The rig itself, there should be something in the settings. But you would have to know how to access those settings, which I don't know.
Manual. There's got to be one somewhere.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, my chances are slim.
For a game developer, I feel like it's customized.
That's also true.
It's definitely customized.
Oh, good point. When you do a build your own, there's no more manual.
Yeah.
Okay, that does make a lot of sense. What's your favorite game?
I used to be really big into Call of Duty.
Okay.
Like
James loves that game. It's a classic.
Huge.
Yeah.
I ended up playing at like a tournament when I was 13
No
against
way.
Optic.
No way. Okay, so you are a nerd, certified.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
It was the most terrifying thing ever because they were grown ass men and I was a child.
Yeah.
And they lied to get me into the tournament and said that I was 16.
No way.
Yes.
How old were you?
13.
Hilarious.
And I was like,
Did you look like a 16? Could you pull it off? Okay.
No,
So
I was just big.
Getting away with murder.
No, but I mean, I got my ass kicked, so
okay. So you win some, you lose some.
No, I lost them all.
Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah, I lost them all. That
will happen.
Jetted.
So how did you even get invited, may I ask?
So at the time, it was like, 2012 maybe?
Okay.
A little bit, no.
I'm bad at math, so.
No, it had to be like 2010 to 2012.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. You could go to a website called majorleaguegaming.com and you could enter into like tournaments and get like a reputation essentially.
Okay.
And I happened to get a reputation with my cousins.
Okay.
And we got invited to like a local tournament in Des Moines that they were holding. That's
awesome. That's very badass.
It was fun, but a little disheartening because we got our ass absolutely handed to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, it's always interesting to have that happen on behalf of a bunch of old men who are just really into games.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, wow, like I'm a child and I put up a fight.
And you have to wonder, like, do they have jobs?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Maybe not now because of how big esports is.
Sure.
Like that is an insane industry.
They're the ones who make Sims.
They are.
They have a big repertoire of games, quite all the genres. They hit every single one, I think.
That's EA Games. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do sports. They do like
everything.
Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I know. I like games. I don't play any of the violent ones per se. I definitely got into like, have you ever played Stardew Valley? Do you have a Switch?
No, don't have a Switch. Know what Stardew Valley is though.
So fun. It's like a glorified Farmville.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
That's why I can't do it.
I get into Farmville.
I get really soaked into it.
Yeah, I was also a little addicted to Farmville for a while. I was kind of messed up.
It's like I've set like timers and alarms on my phone. That's unhealthy.
That is, yeah, for sure. It's good that you recognize that. That's the first step.
That's the first step. You got to recognize an addiction in order to crush it.
It's true. I know. Well, and then I played Animal Crossing as everyone did during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of fun. I fall in and out. I need some good phone games. That's something I'd love to play a little phone game.
Phone games are huge in like Asia.
Are they really? Mm-hmm. I guess that makes sense.
Like they're very big into like gaming on their phone exclusively.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which is interesting. That's why like those Samsung phones are so fast and they're so like big. Like the
it's basically a handheld gaming computer. Mm-hmm. Crazy. Have you ever been to like any of the Asian countries?
No, I've never been out of the country actually.
Have you not?
No. Which is ironic because my degree is global health.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know if I knew that. You did do a big switch then. Mm-hmm. I mean, what kid doesn't want to be a doctor?
Truly.
But to switch to global health, that's very cool.
I wanted / want to eventually work for like the World Health Organization.
Okay.
And I figured global health, that makes
perfect sense.
Yes. Like the name itself, perfect sense. But the nice thing is that it does a little bit of both of the United States westernized way of dealing with things versus globally how countries in Africa deal with certain things or countries in Asia handle certain things. Like it's very, very, very different.
That makes
sense.
And
it was interesting to learn the differences.
Well, and I feel like, I obviously subscribe to most Western medicine ideas, but I see a lot of value / I think the value is increasing in Americans in general especially with like the mental health crisis and stuff, in terms of what some people would consider more woo-woo, just like working on yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's like good to have that worldly perspective because I think there are a lot of things that Western medicine does wrong. We just try to medicate everything and fix it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's this book that we read for one of my classes called Warrior Pose.
Okay.
And it's about this American man who like fell off a mountain, broke all his bones.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
And he refused to get westernized care because of all the drugs that they were going to put him on.
Totally.
So he moved himself to Asia, and he was able to recover significantly faster.
That's really fascinating. Yeah, I know. I have I mean, he's related to me somehow. Maybe he's my dad's cousin. It's one of those where like third, fourth, I'm not quite sure.
He's there.
He comes to the family reunions. And so I want to say, like, lost a good chunk of his arm.
Wow.
Is anti-Western medicine, basically built himself, like, a tool that he could use. And, like, he wears it.
Oh.
Almost as, like, a sling, but it has, like, a claw. And he just, you know, that he's fine.
That's really cool.
It's crazy. And so, I mean, obviously, I don't know what happened and if they would have been able to save his arm. So there's always, you know, pieces like that. But it's just like, I think there's a fine line between, I don't think you can throw meds at everything. That's just not the answer.
Correct.
And that's what we love to do because our pharmaceutical companies kind of control meds.
Control everything.
Yeah.
Not just meds.
Yeah.
They can control everything.
That sort of sucks.
Yeah. But that 1%, they gotta grasp
I know.
on us.
Truly. Well, I would love to go to like, I think I've been a few places. I haven't like traveled the world by any means, but yeah, I want to go to the Asian countries. I have a lot of desire. Well, I consume a lot of Asian culture, especially Japanese culture. James and I really like anime.
Oh my God. Me too. Stop.
Sort of the best. We've actually watched almost all Studio Ghibli movies now.
Oh, wow.
We just recently watched the one about the raccoons. I don't know if you've seen that one. It wasn't my fave.
I don't think I have.
Sort of gravitate towards stories about humans, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
I wouldn't necessarily say you have to. It wasn't my fave. The story was a little odd. It was kind of like about like global warming and like environmentalism.
Oh.
But then the raccoons just kind of decided that it was okay in the end. And I was like, I don't know if that should be the message.
Complacency. Crazy. Maybe
and I don't think that's what a raccoon would say.
Maybe it's a depiction of us now. Like we're seeing all the things happening and we're just sitting here like,
That could actually be something.
It'll get better.
And we are kind of like trash pandas. So,
yeah.
You know, you might be onto something. But yeah, that's like, I've never been, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the plane ride. I've heard it's like a good chunk of hours.
Yeah, isn't it like 18 hours or something like
insane.
That?
Yeah. But I'd love to go.
Which way do you fly? Do you fly west?
Especially from Chicago, I genuinely have no idea. Because we're kind of like perfectly wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like you would maybe fly to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then over.
Might have something to do with the winds. Not a pilot, but
close.
I could be. Yeah. Put this girl in a plane. Yeah. I actually have to fly this week and I'm not looking forward to it.
Where are you going?
I'm going to LA, but for work, so it won't be fun.
Oh, yeah, that's devastating. But the weather.
True.
But
okay, but the weather here has been. What is happening? Global warming. That's what.
Yeah, climate change.
Yeah, sort of messed up.
It's some in the air because why was it snowing on Sunday?
It was 80 degrees and then snowing.
It was snowing. Well, within 8 to 12 hours.
Crazy.
I love it here.
I know. It's like
so temperate.
Nuts. It's nuts. This is a mild
one day
winter,
I'm
though.
Bizarrely mild.
Like no snow.
So this summer is going to be hell.
Ugh, don't say it. Do you prefer to be hot or cold?
Neither.
I mean, same.
But cold.
Yeah, same.
Because I can snuggle up.
Okay, that's how I feel. I hate being hot.
But if I'm hot, you get mean Devonte. You get
absolutely
nasty Devonte.
Sweaty, stinky, grumpy.
Ugh.
It's just bad.
I get significantly more hangry.
Totally.
If I don't consume 3 meals a day in the summer.
Same.
I'm going to
What
fight.
is the science behind that? Because I am the exact same way.
It's probably because of the amount of heat is coming in, and so your body is
You're working harder.
To stay alive.
See, it's energy. It's less energy efficient to be hot.
Science,
you little scientist.
that may be incorrect. So,
well,
any scientists,
again,
comment, like, subscribe.
Yeah, prove us wrong. Do your best. I know summer. I have a love-hate relationship with summer. My birthday's in summer. I think summer's awesome. I'm no longer in school, but I still subscribe to the idea that summer's like
a break.
Free. Yeah. But I hate being hot. I'm anti-shorts. I hate shorts. I find them to be incredibly uncomfortable.
I also really hate shorts too. Like my best outfits are my like fall, winter, and the winter to spring cusp.
Totally a great cusp.
As soon as we get to spring, it's like,
I know.
Ooh, what's going on here?
And every year I completely forget what I wore the year before.
Yes.
Completely.
Yes.
Can't remember.
And then I look at my phone and I'm trying to find pictures and I'm like, I didn't take any.
Right.
Did I leave my house?
Probably because I was hot, sweaty, stinky, etc., grumpy, all the things. I know. It's nuts. And I definitely shop more for like the fall, winter seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Love a sweater. Love a boot.
Ooh, I've recently gotten into like heeled boots.
Fuck yeah.
And I feel like the absolute baddest bitch alive.
Totally.
When I stunt on them.
That's what I'm saying. More men should wear heeled boots.
It's
we're
like a
pro-heeled
nice
boots.
Chelsea boot.
Yeah.
Killer.
I'm trying to get James on that vibe. I'm sure you may have noticed, but I am taller than him. And
Really?
It's literally not an issue whatsoever. But I do think, get the heels on.
Fuck it.
Why not? We'll both wear them.
I mean, honestly, a man in heels, powerful.
Yeah. There's something awesome about that. And the noise it makes.
The noise itself is what...
Confidence. Through the roof.
Yes.
You can't clickety-clack all around and not be a confident person.
No, you can't.
There's just... You simply can't.
I wear them exclusively at work whenever I like actually go in. Because which is like few far in between.
Yeah.
Almost never.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the sound that it makes.
It's the best.
And everyone's looking
on
at...
that linoleum floor.
And everyone's looking at me like... Who is he?
Yes, the way the heads turn.
Who is he?
Oh my god, yeah. No, that's kind of the best.
Because truly, they don't know who the fuck I am.
That is something that happens when you don't go in very often. I've experienced that as well, and it's even so funny now. So my office is headquartered in Madison, like I said, and so for me, when I do go, we always have like a new class of interns or even just the new people we've hired, and they have no clue who I am. And I still walk in like I own the place because that's just kind of my personality.
Avi.
And then I'm like, hi! And people are like, who the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
Yeah. So that's always kind of awkward. So I know that feeling.
But then you bridge the gap because you are the baddest bitch in the room.
It's true.
And they just have to like...
People succumb to that.
Yes. Yeah. They just have to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something about making a statement.
I'm
which
all
you can
about
always do in a heel boot.
I'm all about making a statement.
It's the best. There's no better way to kind of exist. It's
I am a statement piece.
Yes, I see that. That's why I invited you on the pod.
Stop.
Well, and I think it's cool too. Just that I have this podcast as a platform to kind of like have someone over, make them dinner, hang out for a while. Because now, after this, unless you're totally appalled by me, I'm planning to hang out again soon. That's sort of like in the goals.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Duh.
Well, what kind of things do you like to do on like the weekends, your free time?
Oh. that is a struggle for me.
Is it?
Hobbies?
I mean, I'm also anti-hobby. I think having hobbies is overrated.
I'm a perfectionist, so like I don't like to do something that I'm not going to be good at.
That makes sense to me.
Which is a struggle for these quote unquote hobbies that I should have, according to my therapist.
Therapists love to say you should get a hobby.
Yes, immediately. They're
That's
like,
sort of
"What do you
their
do?"
first anecdote, yeah.
And I'm like, binge watch TV. They're like, "You need a hobby."
Yeah.
Like, no, ma'am.
Right. Thank you for prescribing hobbies. Yeah.
I need help. But honestly, I'm a big quality time type of person.
Same.
So like, we could sit on the side of a road.
100%.
And I would have the time of my life.
See, I'm the same. That's my love language, naturally. And so, yeah, you could sign me right up. I'm down to find a little curb that we can park it on and we can shoot the breeze.
A little curb.
Yeah, I will say if it's in the summer, maybe we find like a shady spot.
Yes, underneath a tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This will be my first Chicago summer. Is it like, what do we think? Is it hot? Is it fun? What are the vibes?
Fun.
Okay,
it's the best time. Like, Chicago summer is unmatched.
Okay, that's exciting.
It's so much fun. Prepare your wallets. Like,
dangerous, yeah.
There's always something going on.
Yeah.
And that's my problem is that...
Well, because we're FOMO survivors, yeah.
No, I don't survive. I succumb.
Yeah.
Because I continuously tell myself, do not spend the money, Devonte.
I know.
And then a friend texts me randomly last minute.
The second the invitation comes.
And is like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm like, good thing I'm not busy.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I know. I'm the same. Well, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready for like the farmers markets to come back, all the little markets, the events, the outdoor things. So I'm definitely excited for that.
You'll have to go to the Lincoln Park Farmers Market. So nice.
I've never been.
Expensive.
Totally.
Like $9 for a cold brew. It was
classic.
Wild.
Yeah.
But
that city loves to charge $9 for a cold brew.
I guess it was good.
Yeah, right. Would I buy it again? For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. The Logan Square Farmers Market is cute. That's the only one I've been to.
I haven't made my way to that one.
It's cute. I like it that it's on Sundays too. Our one in Madison was always on Saturdays. So
that one's on Sundays?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Which is
I do love that. Mm-hmm. Like a nice little hangover stroll.
Exactly. It was always perfect. You do that while you wait for brunch. Amazing.
Oh, look at you thinking ahead.
A morning maid. Yeah. So that's fun. And I also have not been to any of the outdoor concert venues here. So I'm kind of looking forward to go to some of those. I feel like there are a lot.
I'm going to my first outdoor one the first week of June.
Okay.
I'm going to go see Two Friends.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Pumped.
Which venue?
Couldn't tell you.
For sure.
It's the one over by like the Bean.
Yeah. Okay. In the park?
Yeah. Not the park.
Oh.
But there's like another venue right around there. Okay. I forgot the name of it though.
I know. I'm looking forward to that because Madison doesn't really have that. And I feel like I see a lot of that here. I also haven't been to the Salt Shed yet. And I'm kind of looking forward to going there.
The what?
The Salt Shed. Apparently it's like this giant warehouse that used to be a Morton salt factory.
Oh.
And they turned it into like a stage.
Oh.
And they host markets in there. And then they host like huge, like I'm seeing Japanese breakfast there. And I'm looking forward to that. You should come. Tickets just went on sale today.
What date?
July 9th or 7th.
Tempting.
Let me know.
That's in the middle of the week, though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's like
a Wednesday. How do you know that?
Because my birthday's on that Friday.
Okay.
June 30th.
Okay.
So, the Friday before.
Okay. I'm July 23rd. I do know that my birthday's on a Sunday, but that's all I know. I thought you had maybe this brain that worked where you could just like see a date and know what day it was.
I wish.
That'd be crazy.
That would be really crazy. I'd be rich and famous.
That's true. And here you are.
And here I am.
Better luck next time.
Maybe next life.
Yeah.
I'll be rich.
And be able to be really good at reading calendars.
Yeah.
I know. It is kind of like a dream to get rich because, like I said, money does buy happiness, and anybody who says otherwise is a liar.
They are rich, and they are gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's happening. They're gaslighting us
Totally.
to believe that being rich is truly the worst thing to happen to them.
They don't have to give us any of their money.
That 1%. It's crazy.
They kind of suck, but they also control everything. It's sort of insane, really.
But monopolies don't exist.
That's what they say.
So they say.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of monopolies, Ticketmaster, I have beef with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because what are these fees?
It just keeps getting worse.
What am I paying for? Why am I paying the price of a ticket for
in fees? It's crazy. It's literally like double the cost. And also you can't just go to a venue and buy a ticket anymore.
No.
They don't even let you.
I saw something on Twitter that there was this one artist who just announced a tour, and she said that she is making the venues sell
Really?
the tickets.
Oh, that's really interesting.
To stay away from Ticketmaster.
Okay, well.
I'm interested to see how her ticket sales turn out.
Yeah, same.
Fingers crossed for her.
Totally.
But
more artists should unionize. I think that's the moral.
Honestly,
of the story.
yes, because Ticketmaster, what the fuck?
I know.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense, and I experienced it because I go to concerts, but I've also heard it's ruining like buying tickets to like sports games. It's fucking everything up. They own everything.
They have everything.
They really got a grip on the industry.
And if you're trying to go to a sports game, like a baseball game, for instance, the app Game Time.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm actually excited to go to some baseball games this summer because...
I have never gone.
Really?
Yeah, and this will be my...
I feel like Chicago's the city to do it.
Yeah, it is. And it's crazy because I live about half a mile away from the Wrigley Stadium. Mm-hmm.
You did say that.
But I haven't gone.
Well, I think the beautiful thing about baseball in comparison to all sports is you don't have to pay attention. It's really just about the tailgating and the drinking.
Yes.
Which is sort of my vibe.
That's 1,000% my vibe.
Yeah.
I could care less what the fuck's happening.
Same.
Honestly.
And I feel like it's more accepted at baseball to not pay attention.
Yes.
So
I don't
nice.
think anyone truly pays attention the entire game.
Hopefully the players, but you would think...
I don't think they do either.
I mean, it is a very slow game.
I'd be in that dugout on my phone.
True. Well, I think it's funny that they all do chew. I think that's hilarious that you can just chew tobacco while you're playing a sport and have that be accepted.
Delicious.
Yeah. Sort of crazy.
We love rotting teeth.
Honestly. That and golf and the drinking culture while playing golf is sort of fascinating to me.
The people that come around on the golf carts selling the alcohol, and they're like, I have all this actual vodka.
Right.
I'm like, what?
You're operating a motorized vehicle.
Yes.
Yeah, something about that's not quite right.
Something
However,
seems
apparently
a little
it's legal.
unsafe.
Yeah. We actually had I had my first friend wedding in, I guess it was a February wedding. Yeah, it was February. So we weren't by no means utilizing the golf carts, but the venue that she had her wedding at only allowed the bridal party or the wedding party to do shots. No one else could order shots, even though it was open bar, because apparently they had a summer wedding that year and everyone was doing a ton of shots. And then they hopped on the golf carts and smashed a bunch of them on the golf course. Literally drove them into the holes, the ditches, all the things. So crazy. So yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Friend weddings are the best weddings.
Oh my God, so fun.
Especially when you're in the party.
Yeah.
And you accidentally black out.
Which is only natural.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at you and they're like, yeah, you're supposed to be this way.
Right. There's something beautiful about that. I know, it was so fun. It was I am going to need everyone to space them out because it's pricey.
Yes.
It does get expensive.
Uh-huh.
But it was so fun.
Especially when it's you're traveling for the bachelor or bachelorette party,
right.
and then you have to travel to the wedding.
Right. There's hotels, there's flights, there's all these things. I know. Plus, you have to buy gifts. And so it is definitely not easy on the pocketbook.
No.
But it was so fun. So.
But I'm a yes man, and I will sacrifice anything for my friend. Like, my friends are my family.
Totally.
So if they are like, hey, you're going to have to
shell out.
Yeah, you're going to have to shell out. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, okay, I guess.
Literally.
I'll figure it out. But I'll be there.
I know, I'm the same. And I never regret it either.
Oh, no.
Even if I come home with $5. Money well spent. Yeah, it was a blast.
Money is fake.
It is.
The friendships and the memories that you make, the realest of real.
That's beautiful. That is honestly poetic.
Thank you.
I agree with that. And I think for me, it's one of those things too, where like, do I think that wedding culture has gotten absolutely crazy? Yes. But is it such a special night for those people? Totally. Like, I can see how fun and how special and how much that's just going to change their life. This is Beatrix. I love Beatrix. Her primordial pouch is sort of massive, so it's kind of like staring you directly in the face. I see that. For those who are watching, Beatrix hasn't been out all night, so here she is, making her first appearance of the evening.
Oh, yeah.
Love that for her. I know, it's crazy that they're siblings because she's short-haired and he's long.
Yeah.
And now she's kind of doing that thing where she's literally sticking her asshole in your face.
Yeah,
cats have
right.
like a.
They're like, look.
They love that.
Look at it,
please. Yeah, I know. It's so funny too. I sit at this desk all day, and James is obviously in this room with a closed door most of the time, but they desperately want to get in there. I scream on my Zoom meetings, so he likes to keep it closed.
Okay.
So they get so desperate to go in there that they're screaming, meowing, doing all these things, trying to claw the door open. The whole time I'm on Zoom, so it's very distracting for anyone who's paying attention to me or who's supposed to be. So yeah, that's like an everyday occurrence. And then usually they'll get in and then they're satisfied with themselves and don't want to be in there anymore.
Yep.
It's sort of the cat way.
They want everything that they can't get, and then once they get it, they're like,
it's all about the chase. Yeah.
Thanks.
Right.
But no thanks.
Yeah, exactly. I am, for better or for worse, very much on cat TikTok. All my I would say about 50 to 70% of my videos are cat humor, which just goes to show sort of the hole I've created. But I don't hate it. I do resonate with the videos. So that's kind of a fun place to be. Well, it makes me feel like an old cat woman.
I'd rather be there. Right now, I'm on tarot reader TikTok.
Are you?
Yeah, devastating. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, what mistakes you made.
I don't know what what happened, but one day I just got on it and there was 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm like, wow, what are you?
Right.
Then I'm like, I have to stop.
Out? Yeah.
I have to I have to watch it.
Yeah.
Because if this many tarot card readers are trying to tell me something, I need to listen.
It's time to open your ears.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. What are they
Speak
saying? What are they saying?
Something big is coming my way is what a lot of them have been saying.
Okay.
I don't know if that's like big positive or like big negative. Only time can tell.
Yeah, that's sort of ominous.
Yeah, very.
A little bit.
I'm hoping that it means big positive.
Right. I think you have to stick with that.
Yes.
Maybe you're going to get rich. Maybe that could be something big.
I would scream.
Yeah.
Cry and throw up if I just randomly came home to a check of $1 million.
That would be nice. I know. The things that I would do if I had $1 million. Crazy.
I would... Actually, what would you do? I would pay off my student loans. Pay off all my debt, actually.
Yeah.
Because credit card debt is a little...
Scary.
Yeah. And then the other amount that's left, which should be a significant amount still.
Yes.
I'll cut that in half. Half of it goes into a high yield savings account.
Smart. Okay, you've thought about this.
Oh, yes. And then the other half, I will break that piece in half. And I will put a down payment on a condo in the city.
Fuck yeah.
And
I know, owning property, a myth.
Yes. Because honestly, owning property will be a myth for our generation.
It's very sad, but yes, it will. Yeah.
And then the other basically a quarter at this point will be distributed throughout my siblings and my nephews and nieces.
Okay. I like that. That's a good plan of action. You've put some thought into that.
High yield savings account. Get on. If you haven't gotten a high yield savings account, get one.
I don't have this.
Oh my God.
I don't know what this is.
Okay.
What is the word you're using?
A high yield savings account.
High yield. Okay. 2 words. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So it accrues anywhere from as low as 1%.
Okay.
To upwards of 3.85% of whatever you put into the savings account.
Okay.
So it's just a nice way to have funds readily available, but still accruing interest on it.
Yeah, I will tell you, whatever savings account I have at the BMO Harris, I get maybe a couple cents a year.
Yeah, let's switch that around.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I use my high yield savings account as a rent holder. I put excess, all my bills into that. That way, when I do, I'm still earning interest.
Sure.
Because the way that I time paying my bills.
Okay, that makes sense to me. As someone who literally just got her first credit card last year, I'm terrible with money. I don't know how to. I'm good about it. I've never missed a payment. I'm good about those kinds of things, but I still kind of see my credit card as just extra money, which is obviously not true.
I do that too at times. I'm not the most responsible.
Yeah.
I know this information.
Right. It's there.
I don't use it.
I don't apply it
all the time.
Same. I know, me too. And I don't really operate within a budget, which is not wise.
I know it's not wise, but I feel so confined and restricted to a budget.
Same. It feels limiting.
I
sort of want to buy if I need a treat, I need a treat. I mean, those are kind of just the rules.
I need this item. Obviously, I need this item now.
Right. That immediate gratification is sort of the whole point.
Yes.
Also, you can't take it with you, as they say. So when I'm in the hole, what is the point of having savings?
Thank you.
Yeah.
A little dark, but...
Yeah. I mean, sure.
But true, nonetheless.
Thank you. I know. Well, and for me personally, the idea of not being a renter that's never going to happen.
Yes.
I would love it to, but it just doesn't really sound like a possibility. So
it gets further and further and further away from a possibility.
Yeah.
Every single day.
I think if I had $1 million, student loans, now that you said it, stealing your idea, because those are sort of a burden. Would love to be done paying those. The only other large loan that I have out at this moment in time is for my laser hair removal, so would love to pay that off. I basically pay that like a normal person would pay a car payment, but I get it for life. So slippery as a dolphin.
Look at that.
But I do think buying property would be smart. I would also like to sink a good chunk of it into travel. I sort of would love that. And then, I'm an only child, but I think I would definitely want to support my parents. They supported me, and my parents are both very creative people. My mom's an artist. I think you've seen her work.
Beautiful.
There's also some scattered around this house. She only lets me have the old things because I don't pay for it, which makes sense.
Fair.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
No, I'll take what I can get. She loves to say, for when I'm famous someday. So sort of love that energy.
Yes, love that energy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most artists don't hit their peak until later in life.
I mean, practically you have to be dead to be famous these days. So, especially in the art world. So that's definitely something. I would love to be able to support them. And my dad recently retired.
Oh, congratulations.
Which he doesn't like to use the R word. I think he's a little scared of it. He's thinking he might have to get another job. But he built me this bookshelf.
Oh my God.
And he's very handy, and I think that he could absolutely turn a woodworking business into something. So
definitely.
Even if I could just get that off the ground for them, or something like that, I think that'd be awesome. And that's what I'd do with my $1 million.
I think that's a good use of $1 million, honestly.
Thank you.
Snaps to that.
Thank you so much. I know, and preferably it wouldn't be taxed.
No, it probably would be.
I paid my taxes. I did that, but this is my first year because, IRS, you don't want to be dealing with them.
No.
And so, but this is my first year doing, obviously, my Illinois taxes. Mm-hmm. And I lived here for like half the year, so I had to do Wisconsin and Illinois. But because I don't have an Illinois license yet, I couldn't e-file. I couldn't e-file.
So you had to write it down?
I literally had to print off my tax return. I don't have a printer. Hard day for a girl without a printer.
Yeah. The public library.
So I did. I went to the library, which also a little scary to download your tax documents to the public library database. Doing a lot of deleting and double checking.
Yeah. I didn't think about that.
Kind of like my whole social security that was on there.
Identity stolen.
Totally. So yeah, don't use computer number 7. No, I'm just kidding. But I did do that, but I didn't realize any of this until, well, that's not true. I kind of knew I had to do this, but I wasn't giving it a lot of thought. And then all of a sudden it was tax day, aka yesterday.
Oh.
So I did my taxes already and I filed them in the states that I could, aka Wisconsin. But I hadn't done the whole print off thing. I also don't have envelopes or stamps. I don't send mail.
Yeah, exactly.
Who does?
And you can only buy stamps in the pack.
Yeah, you have to get like 12 or something. It's crazy.
Yes.
So I
better start sending cards.
That's what I'm saying. I know I've got a stack now. Everyone's getting thank yous, birthday notes, whatever. Get well soons, even if you're not sick. Yeah, we'll see. But I made my way to the library at 6. Library closed at 7. Or I'm sorry, library closed at 8. Post office closed at 7. So I had to print all my shit off at the library, make my way all the way to the post office, drop my shit off. It was a mad dash to the finish. Yeah. I made it though.
And it was chilly yesterday too.
Oh my God, freezing. Yeah. It's been just a total roller coaster of my life is kind of.
See, I'm very anal about that. Like if there's a deadline for my personal life, like taxes, as soon as I'm able to file them, I am filing them.
See, that's how I should be. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was also kind of hoping that the whole thing would disappear. Also, my Illinois state tax return, I'm doing all this for $73. I was like, at that point, keep it. I don't want it.
Honestly, true.
Yeah. I don't even want it.
I mean, taxes, to be fair, should be non-existent.
I know.
I think, actually, I know that the IRS knows how much we're supposed to pay.
That's what I'm saying.
And how much they're supposed to pay us.
Where are these discrepancies?
Come on.
Yeah, I shouldn't have to do this. You
I
already
shouldn't
know
be
everything.
so terrified that you're going to come knock on my door and tell me all of a sudden I owe you $30,000.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I put a 9 instead of a 0.
Right. Very scary. You're leaving that up to human error.
Yes.
Not wise. I know. I did see some TikTok of this girl. Really fucking funny, actually. And I don't know if she was just doing it for the bit, but she seemed genuinely terrified. So she basically did her taxes. She turns TurboTax around to her little camera, and she was like, "You guys, I think I must have done something wrong." Her tax return was over $100,000. I was like, "Girl, yeah, the IRS is gonna find your ass because that is a large sum of money."
Funny enough, something similar happened, not to that level.
Sure.
When I was filing mine, it said
this year?
Yes, it said that I was about to owe Illinois like $3,000, and
oh
I
my
said,
God.
"Huh?
Yeah, with who?"
And so I said, "Close browser."
Yeah. Sometimes it's better.
I just restarted.
Smart.
I did not have to owe. I actually got paid.
See, and that makes you wonder.
So I'm like, if I would have submitted that $2,000-something payment,
right?
Would you give it back?
That's what I'm saying.
Probably not.
No. I was getting unemployment during the pandemic. I got unemployment money. I got furloughed from my job, and then I was getting unemployment, and
I missed those payments.
Same. The richest I've ever been.
Yeah, I was rolling in dough.
So was I.
Like,
I was like, I could do whatever I want in this beautiful life. Like I said, money buys happiness, everybody. It was kind of glorious. And
besides the fact that we were jobless in a pandemic, but.
Right. Well, And that's the thing. When a stimulus payment hits or whatever, and you're going through some rough times.
Oh yeah.
Gorgeous.
Retail therapy, baby.
Yeah. So that was definitely happening to me. But, you know, it's on them to pay me what they think they owe me. And then they were like, hey, we ended up actually paying you too much. And now you owe us it was like $106. And I was like, what? You're going to fight me over $106? And also I couldn't pay it online. I had to write them a check. Another thing that I do not have.
You don't have checks?
I do not have checks.
Oh, girl.
I don't have these things.
I have one checkbook, and that's it. And
I do now.
I have about 10 checks total missing since 2015.
Right. I know. I mean, that's just
And that's security deposits.
Yeah, right.
In Iowa City.
That's fair. I know. I think I even did my security. Here's the thing. I pay my rent on Venmo. So.
I Zelle.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing.
Easy.
And this man has owned this specific building for like 40 years.
Oh, wow.
The flooring in it.
Got in early.
It's seen better days. Like the flooring, an artist definitely lived there, and they just didn't give a fuck.
Okay.
Like paint splatters everywhere. I'm like, huh.
There's something sort of aesthetic about that.
Not my aesthetic.
Okay. Okay.
I will be getting rugs.
Totally.
To cover up most of it.
Yeah.
But I got a good deal, so
nice.
Can't complain.
Yeah. Well, and you're in a nice area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. And it's a walk up.
There's a 7-Eleven right across the street, too.
Fuck yeah.
I love that.
I know. The closest convenience store we have is the Walgreens. It's very overpriced.
Very overpriced.
Mm-hmm. But we kind of live in a Puerto Rican neighborhood, and there are some smaller Puerto Rican grocery store chains around here that are fun. Yeah.
Love that.
James is Dominican, and we've actually found some. Well, his dad is. He's a little concoction of everything. I think he's Dominican and Irish. So you might not find a lot of those. But he also found some of his favorite Dominican foods there. So we get some of his favorite Dominican beer, Dominican coffee.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, which is kind of cool because, again, you don't find that in Madison, really. Mm-mm. So, but yeah.
I'm 3% Irish, by the way.
Are you? Mm-hmm. I think I have some Irish in me too. But I'm kind of German and Danish.
I did the little ancestry DNA testing.
Did you? Mm-hmm. I kind of want to do one of those.
So the government has all my shit.
And at this point, let them
They
have
could
it.
Recreate me.
Right. There's
and
something
honestly,
kind of crazy about that.
Go crazy.
Yeah. It could be cool to have a couple of Devontes running around.
Chaotic.
For sure.
But fun.
Have you ever seen a doppelganger of yourself?
Never.
Same.
I'm too unique looking.
That's what I like to think as well. I do get sometimes.
I'm different.
And only recently I've been getting told, since she kind of had her Harry Styles moment, that I look like Olivia Wilde. And I don't necessarily agree.
Mm-mm.
But
I don't see it.
Thank you for saying that. I don't have anything against her.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I just remembered a story. So I went to a bar last weekend, 2 weekends ago, and I'm sitting there with my friend, and the bartender comes up and is like, "Hey, do you know who you look like?" And I was like, "No, like who?" And she was like, "Have you ever heard of Counting Crows?" And I was like,
well, I've heard of that, but I don't know if
never
I've
heard of
seen
Counting
it.
Crows, like the band.
Oh, it's a band.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's a
band.
movie.
And this woman is like, "Yeah, you look like what's this man's name? Adam Duritz."
Okay.
When I tell you, I screamed.
Oh my God. Okay.
He's a white man.
For sure. I mean, with a name like Adam Duritz,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
one would assume.
Mm-hmm.
This is...
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm throwing your phone. Well, it's just because I hate Adam.
Yeah, I was so taken aback. My jaw on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she just kept talking to me like we were friends.
Besties.
It's like, Miss Girl.
Like, she didn't just insult the fuck out of you.
What the fuck do you mean?
So, yeah, I'm assuming she was a white person.
Yes, but get this. She also had to make sure that I knew that that her mom was mixed.
Okay.
So that means she's probably like a quarter
Yeah.
African American.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
And she still said that.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And then she started to comment about how she wanted to lock her hair, but she couldn't. And I was like, girl, I don't...
You just don't have to have the conversation.
Why are we talking? You're not even my bartender.
Right. I'm not paying your bills, girl. That's crazy. Yeah.
It's always... Whenever anybody tries to tell me that I look like somebody, it's always...
You can assume racism.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's always very bad.
That's fair. I mean, I think when most people say that to anyone, unless you self-identify as I think I look like XYZ, most people are going to be offended. So It's better to not say it.
Exactly.
Even if it's going through the brain. Mm-hmm. Keep it to yourself.
That should have been kept to in the brain.
Yeah. I know. I kind of agree. I had a girl on TikTok who was like very recently like, Olivia Wilde. And it was right after I had watched Don't Worry, Darling. And I was like, don't say that to me.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
I watched it. And like when I first watched it, I mean, obviously I had seen all the conversation around it. Yeah. And when I first watched it, I was like, this isn't as bad as everyone says. And then I sat on it for a while and I was like, you know what? There are like 24 plot holes. Like, this movie doesn't make any sense, really. So I've sort of, that's the conclusion I've come to. I don't think you need to see it.
Okay. I won't waste my time. Mm-hmm. I love that.
But like, as a director, I actually really, did you ever watch Booksmart? It's like that sort of like teen girl comedy.
I don't think
coming of age story. Hilarious. It was so good. So I expected better, and she did not deliver.
Sometimes they're not all winners.
It's true. Did you see, are you a Knives Out fan?
Yeah, I saw the...
Glass Onion.
Yes.
Did you like it? I didn't like it.
It was okay.
I just didn't think it had much of a story. The whole plot twist was that there is no twist.
There is no twist.
And I was like, that's boring and lazy.
Yes. They could have done a lot more, honestly.
And I think
it was already a long movie.
It was so long.
It was like 2 hours and like 12 minutes. So it was like, where's the depth? Mm-hmm. Come on.
And it has such good actors, so I had my hopes.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't love it. I also think like I get the idea of all these shows wanting to make fun of rich people. I'm on board. I love it. I think it's funny. I love Succession. I love White Lotus. Like all those shows are doing that. But I kind of feel like this movie was going for that too. Like the over the top rich people are just ridiculous. And I think it didn't succeed.
Yes. That's same with that new Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but is it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's out. It's very much like they're really playing into the whole like rich people are so like crazy and
like there's something to be said about that. But yeah, everyone's doing that right now. So I think
and especially after White Lotus, like you can't compete.
No.
At all.
Yeah. R.I.P. Tanya.
R.I.P. Tanya. Mm-hmm. I was at a concert when I found out that.
No.
And I hadn't like.
But you found out on the internet.
I was at a EDM concert, and he put.
No way.
I forgot which EDM concert it was.
Oh, he's doing spoilers.
He literally put R.I.P. Tanya.
Oh my god.
On the.
Oh, that sucks.
Prompt thing.
That's not how anyone wants to find out.
No.
I know. I had to like stay off the internet because I didn't see that episode when it first aired either.
Yeah, so I was season 1 when I found out.
No.
And I was like, what do you mean?
That sucks.
So I was just like anticipating something to happen, which made season 2 actually really, really, really crazy.
I'm sure.
Because she was about to die.
Yeah, the whole time.
So many times.
Yeah.
So I was like, when's it going to happen?
I know, crazy show. Which season did you like better?
2.
Me too.
I think they played into Jennifer Coolidge perfectly
Same.
in season 2.
Oh, I love that woman. I'm just so happy for her. She had her little comeback moment of the
Yes.
century. So sort of love that. She's incredible. And then she had that like interview clip about her wanting to be a dolphin in her next movie. And I was like, you can do anything you want, girl. I'll watch it.
She's so out of there.
She's so crazy. I know. Yeah, she's hilarious. I know that show rocks. I'm very excited for the next season. I heard they're going to Thailand, which so that's going to be cool.
But no Jennifer Coolidge.
I know, which honestly sucks. And apparently she was even like putting in, she was like, Mike White, maybe we should just do a scene where I come back.
Unless that ends up happening and she somehow didn't drown to death.
Right. Which we did kind of see, but maybe.
R.I.P. Tanya.
Yeah.
I think I'd be dead after that.
I mean, there's no chance. I wouldn't. I'm not really a survivor. I think the second a bad thing happens to me, I'm out. So I'd probably. She lasted way longer than I would have in general.
Yes, like the whole blind shooting. Like
Yeah.
I would have just given up.
Same. Might have even blown my own brains out. Who knows?
Easy way out. Mm-hmm.
No survival tactics. But anyways, thank you for coming on this podcast.
Thank you.
You're a really good podcast guest.
Oh, stop that.
And I think that
I'm
you
a
should come back.
conversationalist.
I can tell. Well, that's perfect. I would love to have you on the pod again.
Yes, I would love
You
that.
could become a reg.
Oh, I would be a good reg too.
You'd be a great reg.
I love talking.
And we can figure out lots of fun new recipes to try on you because you're a good guinea pig.
I'm a foodie.
I love that about
I
you.
love food.
I mean, what's not to love?
It's a gateway to my soul, one could say.
I love that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's kind of, I'm not sure. Oh, he's got a grip.
Oh, you got a grip.
Oh, yeah. You can kind of,
What's going on, sister?
assaulting my guests is not cool.
What's up?
Yeah,
You look scary right now.
he does kind of have sort of the devil eyes
Psycho
going on.
eyes?
Yeah. Well, I'm so sorry that my cat decided to grip onto you at the end of this podcast.
That's okay.
He kind of
He
knows
didn't
that.
want me to leave.
Yeah.
He knows it's wrapping up and he's like,
scared.
more.
Yeah.
I need more.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't?
I know.
It's just kind of this gift that you have. But anyways, thank you guys for listening. Devonte, everybody. We love him. We're very excited. And I made a new friend of the pod.
New friends.
It's kind of the whole point of life. So thank you guys. And I will be back to chat with you again next week. Bye. Another cathartic convo in the books. I feel better. How about you? Thank you so much for listening. Now I just want to jump on here and say, don't forget to follow and or subscribe to the pod on your favorite streaming platform for new episodes every single week, because I know you can't get enough of me. Additionally, if you want to gain access to exclusive episodes and lots of other goodies, join our Patreon and support the pod with your hard-earned American dollars. You can find the link in our show notes, or you can also visit us at patreon.com/pessimistic@best. And of course, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at pessimistic@best. And if you're as obsessed with me as I am with you, you can find me at Sam Georgeson on all platforms. And last but not least, I'd like to give a special shout out to my podcast editor and producer, the love of my life, James Arbai, whom I literally could not do this without. So thank you, James. I love you so much. And thank you guys for joining me again this week. I love you too, and I cannot wait to chat with you again soon.